Which side do you say you put your head on? Where's the top of your mat? That way. Okay. So the mic is on, but it's still orange.
It's on right now.
Okay, so I'm good to go. Let's start our practice lying on our back. Close your eyes. Close your lips. And just start to deepen the breath in and out through your nose. So feeling your whole back body on the earth here. And to start to use the breath to soften. Soften the muscles in the face. Release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Soften across your chest, shoulders peel towards the earth. Soften across the hips, letting the hip bones fall out to the side. Release any gripping in the quads, the knees, the calves. And then as your heels point towards each other, just let your feet fall out. Take a big inhale through your nose. Exhale, sigh out your nose, softening in these places. Your right foot all the way up to the right corner of your mat. Press your left ankle on top of your hip. Reach your arms up overhead, and then grab onto your left wrist. Pull it towards the right side. Foot's going to come to the left corner of your mat. Right ankle crosses on top. This time grab onto that. All finding that same banana shape. Inhale through your nose. More deeper. And then release arms and legs back to the head. Interlace. Give yourself a big hug. Wrap your arms. Gently left and right, massaging your spine. From this shape, we're going to roll all the way to the right. Ear rests on the upper arm. And then begin to press yourself up into a tabletop front of your mat. So coming onto your hands and knees. Inhale as you arch the spine, lift the gaze. Exhale, round, chin to chest. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more full cycle. And then holding your cat spine, press the ground away. Curl the chin in towards the chest. Send the hips all the way to your heels, finding a child's pose. So can you keep reaching the arms away from you? Let your forehead soften in towards the mat. And then pressing into the finger pads, lift the palms up. Elbows lift away from the earth. Crawl your hands to the left side of your mat. Send your hips to the right. Breathing into that right side body. Inhale, hands back to center. Exhale, hands to the right, hips to the left. Breathe into the left side body. Walk your hands back to center. And then from here, hands come towards the knees. Come to stand on your shins at the back of the mat. Draw your hands to your hips. Inhale lifts you all the way up. Hands to the lower back. Just find a gentle back bend here. So no need to go into a deep camel pose. Just opening up the heart. Inhale, lift the torso back up. From standing on your shins, you're going to step your right foot forward. Inhale, rise, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. So pressing the hips forward, reaching through the arms. Grab onto your left wrist, take a side bend to your right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, hands to the earth. Extend that right leg straight, Hanumanasana, half splits. So the hips pull back, those right toes point up towards the sky. Finding length here for that right hamstring. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Next inhale, bend back into your right knee. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee off the ground. Step your right foot back to meet your left, holding your high plank. And then shift it forward, bend your elbows, lowering all the way to the earth. Untuck the toes, inhale, peel the heart up, baby cobra. Exhale, release chest to the earth. Tuck the toes, and then pressing into the hands, can you come all the way back up into a plank? From plank, drop your knees to the ground, meeting back in our tabletop. Right leg reaches back, left arm reaches forward. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round and squeeze. Find your cat spine here. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tap. Again, inhale, reach. Exhale, tap. Last time, inhale, reach. Exhale, tap. Bring your left hand down, right knee down, and then send the hips back towards the heels, child's pose. Just one big breath here. As you exhale, crawl the hands back towards your knees, and then we'll stand up on those shins again, coming into our camel pose. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, roll the shoulders down your back. Hands can be on the lower back for support. Heart lifts towards the sky. Your next exhale, upper body comes all the way upright. And this time we'll step that left foot forward, finding Anjaneyasana, your low lunge on your left. Arms sweep up, hips press forward, shoulders roll down your back. Inhale here. Grabbing onto your right wrist, take that side bend to your left, breathing into the front of that right hip. Inhale back to center. Exhale, hands to the earth. Left leg extends. Hanumanasana, half splits. So hips pull back, heart pulls forward. Can you keep lengthening through the spine as you breathe into that left hamstring? Start to bend back into your left knee, finding your low lunge. Back toes tuck, back knee lifts. Plant your hands and then step your left foot back to meet your right, high plank. One more time, lowering all the way onto the ground for 3, 2, and 1. Untuck the toes. This time, take your fingertips outside your yoga mat. Lift into a nice wide cobra. So shoulders drop away from the ears, and then press your right shoulder down. Turn your chin to the left. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale back to center. Drop your left shoulder down. Turn your chin to the right. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale back to center. Chest all the way to the ground. Taking the hands outside the rib cage. Tuck the toes. Press into your high plank. High plank, knees lower. Left leg extends back, right arm extends forward. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee squeeze. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round. Again, inhale, reach. Exhale, tap. Inhale, reach. And then lowering the hand and the foot down. From your tabletop position, tuck the toes. Hover the knees just an inch above the ground. So you're finding your bear plank here. Think about the lower ribs trying to kiss the pelvic bone so you feel that contraction of the lower abs. And then belly button hugs up and in towards the spine. Stay here as you inhale. Exhale, knees stay hovering. Just shift your hips back towards your heels. Press into the hands. Inhale, shift it forward, floating tabletop. Exhale, hips to heels. Press the ground away. Keep those knees hovering. One more time. Inhale, float it forward. Exhale, hips towards heels, hold it. And then begin to straighten the legs, coming into your Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. So actively press the ground away with your hands. Think about sending your heels to the ground as the tailbone lifts up towards the sky. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right knee, right elbow squeeze. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right knee, left elbow squeeze. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right foot steps forward between your hands. Rise, crescent lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, hands to come all the way down to the earth. And then your left foot's going to step forward to meet your right. Forward fold, top of your mat. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing. Exhale, Samastitihi, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, step the feet back, high plank. Bend your elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, untuck your toes. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Press the ground away with your hands. Heels sink down, tailbone lifts up. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Left knee, left elbow squeeze. Inhale, left leg up. Left knee, right elbow squeeze. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left foot steps forward between the hands. Rise, crescent lunge. Inhale, lift. Exhale, floats your hands back down. This time your right foot steps to the front of your mat, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing. Exhale, Samastitihi, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back, high plank. Chaturanga, bend your elbows. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Find your breath here. Inhale through your nose, out your nose. So downward dog's that opportunity to reset, to recenter between flows, between sides. And if downward dog ever feels better as a child's pose, take that shape, come back to your breath, and then come back to your practice. So breath comes first, posture comes second. On your next inhale, right leg lifts up towards the sky. Right foot steps forward between your hands. Inhale, rise, crescent lunge. Left hand comes forward, right hand comes back. T-twist towards that front leg. Lengthen through the arms, inhale here. Exhale, reverse, left arm up and back. Inhale. Exhale, left hand floats all the way down to the ground. Right arm reaches up towards the sky. Keep twisting the torso to the right as those hips stay square. Right hand's gonna come down, right leg extends. Extended pyramid pose, drop your forehead towards that front knee. Find your breath, inhale. Exhale. Keeping the hands planted, just bend back into your right knee, but can you roll the shoulders back, lift the heart forward? So you're finding a bit of a deeper lunge here. Keep rooting the back left toes into the ground. And then as you inhale, extend that right leg straight, come back into your pyramid pose, drop your head. 2 more times like that. Inhale, right knee bends, pull the heart forward. Exhale, right leg extends, hips up and back. Last time, inhale, forward. And then this time you're gonna lower your left knee to the ground, come to rise, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Palms come together, find a little back bend here, arms pull back, heart lifts towards the sky. Exhale, hands all the way to the ground. Tuck the left toes, lift the left knee. Right foot steps back, high plank, and we flow. Chaturanga, bend your elbows. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Breathe in through your nose, out through your nose. Resetting, recentering here. Next inhale, left leg lifts. Left foot steps forward between your hands. Inhale, rise, crescent lunge. Exhale, T-twist to your left, right hand forward, left hand back. Find that length reaching from fingertip to fingertip. Exhale, reverse, left hand down, right hand up and back. Inhale here. Exhale, floats that right hand all the way to the ground, left arm lifts up towards the sky. So coming into that low lunge twist, those hips stay square. Think about wrapping your rib cage around your heart, your lungs, so that rotation just comes from the upper body. One more breath. Exhale, left hand to the earth. Left leg extends, extended pyramid pose. Drop your head, squaring off the hips. Come back to your breath here. Inhale. Exhale. And then keeping those hands planted, we'll bend into that left knee, pulling your heart forward, finding that big stretch for the front of your right hip. Exhale as the left leg extends. So breath to movement. Inhale drags you forward. Let that exhale pull your hips up and back. One more deep cycle like that. Inhale, forward. Exhale all the way back. Inhale, come forward. Left foot steps back, high plank. And we flow. Chaturanga, bend your elbows. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Rise high to the toes. Bend your knees and then either hop or step, feet to hands, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Staying in your forward fold, step your left foot behind your right, so your feet are pinky toe to pinky toe, and then crawl your hands to the right side of your mat. Drop your head heavy. Think about sending all the weight into your left heel, and if it feels good, you can just put a soft bend in that right knee. But really let the head go, releasing that cervical spine, releasing any tension in the jaw. Maybe you soften that space between your eyebrows. Start to notice where you're clenching and then what you can let go with your breath. Crawl your hands back to center. Unwind that left foot. Other side, right foot steps behind your left. Hands crawl to the left, hips shift to the right. And then once you've got the shape, start to send the weight into that standing right heel. Left leg has a soft bend. Let the head hang loose. Let the jaw hang loose. Breathing here. Walk the hands back to center. Unwind the feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing. Exhale, Samastitihi, hands to heart center. Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, reach. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, plant your hands, step or float it back, high plank chaturanga. Your inhales are your upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Find your breath here. So as the body gets still, can you keep that breath in motion? Prana, life force. So use it as your source of energy in this class. And even though we're getting the heart rate up as we start to move around, can you keep that breath slow and steady throughout our whole practice? Next, inhale, rise high to the toes. Bend your knees, hop or step, feet to hands. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. Two more just like that. Breath to movement. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step or float it back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe here. So it's tempting to start to add on to move in this downward dog, but can you let this be your moment to find stillness in the body, to check back in with that breath? Next, inhale, heels lift. Bend your knees on empty, feet to hands. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more like that, and we'll start to add on from our downward dog. Meeting in downward dog. Find your breath. And then on your next inhale, right leg lifts. Right foot steps forward between your hands. Inhale, rise, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two, left heel grounds. Open up the arms, gaze over your right fingertips. Flip your right palm, inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle pose, right forearm, right thigh. Left arm long in line with your left ear. So as that back heel grounds, can you keep reaching away with your left hand? And then that left arm's going to circle behind your back, finding a half bind. So left hand is looking for your right hip crease. Look at your left shoulder. Your bottom right palm's going to come towards your right shin. Press down into the shin and into that right big toe to extend your right leg straight, half bound Trikonasana. Keep peeling your heart up towards the sky, rolling that left shoulder back and down. Inhale here. Exhale, shift the gaze towards your right big toe. Right hand comes forward, left leg lifts up, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. So keep the half bind in the left hand. One more cycle of breath. And then releasing that left arm, left hand reaches up towards the sky, open the heart. Bend back into your left knee, your right knee. We're going to step the left foot all the way to the back of your mat, meeting in Warrior Two. Right leg extends, inhale, reverse Trikonasana. Exhale, hands cartwheel all the way to the ground, frame out that right foot. Right foot hovers in your plank, inhale here. Exhale, three-legged chaturanga. 2 feet plant for your upward dog. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left foot steps forward between your hands. Inhale, rise, crescent lunge on your left. Exhale, opens you up, Warrior Two. Gaze out over your left fingertips, soften the shoulders. Flip your left palm, inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle pose, left forearm, left thigh. First, reach that right arm long overhead. So we're finding length and extension out of that shoulder joint before we take it into our half bind. From here, that top right arm circles behind your back. You're looking for your left hip crease, and then shift the gaze towards your right shoulder. So notice how when we turn the gaze, it can help us open the heart. Find your breath. Then that bottom left hand's going to float down towards your left shin. So use that leverage here. Hand presses into the shin, and then press into the big toe of that left leg to extend it straight, finding your half-bound Trikonasana. Keep lengthening through the left side of your body, lifting the rib cage away from that left thigh. Gaze up towards the ceiling for one more inhale. Exhale, look down at your left big toe. Left hand walks forward, right leg floats up, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. So that lifted foot is flexed. The leg is just as engaged as it was when it was standing on the ground. Take one more breath with your half bind. And then begin to release that right arm all the way up towards the sky. Open it up. Inhale here. Our dismounts back in Warrior Two, so left knee bends. Right foot steps all the way to the back of your mat. Left leg straightens. Inhale, reverse Trikonasana. Exhale, hands cartwheel all the way to the ground. Frame out that left foot. Left foot hovers in your plank. Inhale. Exhale, three-legged chaturanga. 2 feet plant for your upward dog. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. 1 cycle of breath here. Next inhale, heels lift. Bend your knees, hopper step, feet to hands. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing. Exhale, Samastitihi, hands to heart center. Shift the weight into your right foot, left leg lifts. And then left ankle's gonna cross over your right thigh, bend into your right knee, finding a figure 4 chair. So hip shift back, heart pulls forward. Left elbow's gonna come all the way inside your left foot. So you're twisting towards your right, staying in this figure 4 chair. You got it, one more breath here. And then we're just gonna unwind the arms. As you come to standing, left knee lifts up towards the chest. Left leg sweeps back behind you, Warrior Three balance. Hands out of prayer. Start to lower your right hand towards the ground. Left hand opens you up, coming back into our half moon pose. Inhale. Exhale, right knee bends, left foot steps to the back of your mat, Warrior Two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel the hands all the way to the ground, frame out that right foot. This time that right leg's gonna sweep up towards the sky, finding your three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hip, and then step that right foot all the way behind you. Right hand peels open, flip your dog, open your heart, inhale. Exhale. Right hand's gonna come back to the ground, keep that right leg hovering. One more three-legged chaturanga, bend your elbows. 2 feet plant for your upward dog. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale, high to the toes. Exhale, bend your knees. Hopper step, feet to hands. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. Weight shifts into the left foot. Right knee lifts. And then we'll find that figure 4 chair on the other side. So sitting those hips back, pulling your heart towards your thumbs. Get centered here. And then once you've got that foundation in the lower body, we're going to take your twist to your left. So your right elbow comes to the sole of your right foot. That's on the left side of your body. Keep sitting low. Keep engaging that core. Belly button draws up and in. One more inhale. Exhale in your twist. And then begin to unwind the upper body as you come to standing. Right knee pulls up and towards the chest. Sweeping that right leg back nice and slow. Warrior 3 balance. So right toes point towards the earth. Inhale. Left hand lowers down. Right hand lifts you up. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Inhale here. Exhale as you bend into that left knee. Right foot's going to step all the way to the back of your mat. Warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, hands all the way to the ground, framing out that left foot. Left leg sweeps up towards the sky, 3-legged dog. And then bending that knee, open your hip. Think about pulling the heel towards your opposite butt cheek. Left foot steps behind the body. Left hand peels up and open. Flip your dog, open your heart. Inhale. Exhale. Left hand comes back to your mat. Keep that left leg hovering. 3-legged chaturanga. Bend your elbows. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Breathe here. As you're ready, inhale to the toes. Exhale, bend your knees. On empty, hopper step, feet to hands. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing. Exhale, Samasthiti, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Grab onto your left wrist. Take a side bend to your right. Inhale takes you to center. Switch it out. Grab onto your right wrist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to your left. Inhale, center. Hands to the lower back. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, press your hips forward, finding a supported standing back bend. Inhale, rise to standing, arms reach. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, plant your hands, float it back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. From downward dog, sweep your right leg up towards the sky. Bend your right knee, open your hips, stay here. And then start to lower your left elbow to the ground. So you're pressing the ground away with your right hand. That left elbow, even though it's resting on the ground, there shouldn't be much weight in it. All your weight's in your left heel and your right hand. One more breath here. And then pressing back into that left palm to lift the left elbow up, right leg extends. Right foot steps forward between your hands. Inhale, rise, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle pose. Right hand's gonna come all the way to the ground this time. Left arm's up towards the sky. So the arms are in a T, and then I want you to think about leaning the left part of your body back. Maybe reach that left arm a little bit back behind you. Just finding a bit of a deeper opening for the chest. If that left arm's leaning back, draw it all the way up in line with your left shoulder. And then rise back into your warrior 2. Extend your right leg straight. Then turn the right toes to parallel. Interlace the hands behind your back. Inhale, open your heart. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Head falls heavy. Think about lifting the wrists up towards the sky, finding all that length for your neck. And as you hang out in this fold, can you put more weight in the toes than the heels? So you could almost lift the heels up off the ground. Maybe you have a slight bend in your knees, so you're actively engaging the hamstrings as you stretch into them. From your forward fold, begin to melt your hands all the way back towards the ground underneath the gaze. Inhale, halfway lift, flat spine. Keep your left hand planted, open your right hand up, twisting to your right. Inhale. Exhale, right hand down. Other side, left hand lifts, twist to the left. Inhale. Exhale, left hand down. Right toes are going to turn out to the right and then sit all the way into that right leg for Skandasana. So the left knee, the left toes are pointing up. You can keep the hands on the ground. Maybe you draw your hands to a prayer. Can you lift a little taller through the upper body as you breathe here? From Skandasana, you're going to pivot back towards your right foot, front of your mat, low lunge. And then keep your left hand planted, right hand reaches up, low lunge, twist to your right. Inhale here. Exhale, left heel drops out to the left, right toes turn out to the right. So it's almost like you're in a side plank, but you've got that right foot stepped in front. Start to take some rocks forward and back into that right foot. Just using your breath, your movement to open up that right outer hip. And then stopping in center, as you inhale, lower your left hip to the ground. Exhale, press your left hip up. So that right arm can lower as you lower that left hip down. Exhale, lift. I T-band left outer hip. One more time, inhale down. Exhale, lift, holding it. Right foot's gonna step back to meet your left, Vashisthasana, hold. So actively press the ground away with your left hand reaches up towards the sky. Maybe you take that top right leg into a tree pose. So that right foot's gonna come to your left thigh. If you've got your tree pose, hold it. Right hand's gonna come down, plank with your tree pose. Bend your elbows, chaturanga, tree pose legs. Step that right foot to the back of your mat. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe here in through your nose. Out through your nose. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left foot steps forward between your hands. Inhale, rise, crescent lunge on the left. Exhale, warrior two on the left. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle pose. This time we're bringing that left hand to the ground inside that left foot. Right arm reaches up towards the sky. And then start to draw that right hand back behind the shoulders. So you're just deepening the opening in your heart. It's almost like finding a back bend with warrior two legs. One more cycle of breath in through your nose, out through your nose. Draw that right hand back in line with that right shoulder, and then lift it all the way up, warrior two. Left leg extends, turn your toes to parallel. Again, interlace the hands behind the back. Inhale. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold with the bind in the arms. So if your wrists are far apart, can you pull your wrists together, your palms together? Your arms might not go as far overhead, but it'll just change where you feel that stretch between your shoulder blades. So in postures that we do every day, sometimes these little micro adjustments can help us find something new. So trusting where your body's at and using the familiar as a guide, as a foundation to let us explore what else is there. Start to melt your hands back towards the ground underneath your gaze. Inhale, halfway lift, and then this time we'll take a bit of a deeper twist. So your left hand's gonna come to your right ankle. Right arm reaches up towards the sky, nice flat spine, inhale. Exhale, release, two hands down. And then right hand to your left ankle, left arm lifts, inhale. Exhale. Left hand comes down, right hand back to center. Left toes are gonna turn out to the left, and we'll sit all the way down into that left leg for Skandasana. Draw your hands to a prayer and use that left elbow to press that left knee away from you. Find your nice tall posture here. Inhale. Exhale. Pivoting towards your left leg, find a low lunge. And then keep your right hand planted. Left hand opens up towards the sky. Low lunge, twist to your left. Inhale. Exhale. From here, your right heel is going to drop out to the right. Your left toes turn out to the left. So we hold in this funky side plank. Your left foot stepped in front of you. Start by rocking forward and back into that left knee, opening up that left outer hip with your movement, with your breath. So movement is medicine. Moving that blood flow, moving that prana, that life force. And then stopping in center. As you inhale, lower your bottom right hip down, left arm lowers. Exhale, press the ground away, lift the hip up. Two more times, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Last time, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift and hold. Your left foot's gonna step back to meet your right, Vashisthasana, side plank. Maybe that left foot comes into your tree pose, so left sole of the foot on your right thigh. Take a breath here. And then keeping your legs in tree pose, just bring your left hand back to the ground, plank and tree. Bend your elbows, chaturanga tree. Step your left foot back, inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe here, recentering, resetting. Inhale to the toes. Exhale, bend the knees. This time we're gonna hop forward into a Malasana yogi squat. So feet are outside the hands, heels in, toes out. Hands to heart center. Roll the shoulders down and back, lift the heart towards the thumbs. In Malasana, take your left hand to the ground, open your right hand up towards the sky. And then you can stay here or finding a bind. Right hand's gonna circle behind your back. Your left arm wraps around that left leg. Maybe you clasp your hands behind your back, looking all the way up at your right shoulder. Inhale here. Exhale here. Release those arms back into that nice wide opening. And then draw your hands back to a prayer. Same thing other side. So we'll lower the right hand down. Left hand opens up. And then that left arm can wrap behind the back. Right hand wraps around that right thigh. Maybe you find your fingertips. And then keep looking up and behind that left shoulder. So using the gaze to find a little more opening, a little bit of a deeper twist. Release the bind. Inhale, arms wide. Exhale, hands back to a prayer. From Malasana, you're going to plant your hands on the ground and we're going to take it into a crow pose. So shifting weight onto the toes, lift the heels. And then those knees come to the outsides of the upper arms. Maybe you float 1 foot off the ground. Maybe you float 2 feet off the ground. Can you hold and breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Feet plant back in Malasana. Hands to a prayer and then pressing into the heels. Straighten the legs all the way up to standing. Toes turned to parallel. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Flip the palms up towards the sky. Walk the hands underneath the feet. And then elbows pull out wide. Rib cage softens towards your thighs. Nice juicy forward fold here. So think about lifting the sits bones up towards the sky. Shoulders lift up towards the sky. And then your head falls a little heavier towards the earth. Release the grip of the hands. Stay in your full, just heel toe your feet together. Bend into the knees. Inhale, rise. Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, hands to a prayer. Left elbow outside your right knee, twist. Staying in your twisted chair, lift your left foot off the ground, heel in towards your glute. Hold it here. And then extend that right leg straight back behind you, balancing. Inhale here. Exhale, left toes plant at the back of your mat, low lunge twist. Inhale. Exhale, unwind the body. Sweep the arms back behind you, finding a power lunge. Launching off your left leg, you're going to lift it up, float it, warrior 3 balance. Inhale here. Exhale, left knee comes all the way into the chest as you stand up. And we'll take a twist to the left. So right hand can grab the outside of that right knee. Or maybe you grab the big toe. If you've got the big toe, kick the foot into the hand. Keep opening your heart to the left as you square your hips to the front of your mat. 1 more breath in and out. Unwind, come back to center, keep the leg lifted, reach your arms up. And then left leg swings back 1 more time in your warrior 3. Start to bend into your right knee. Left foot's gonna step into warrior 1 back of your mat. So that back foot's planted at a 45-degree angle. Sweep your arms up to the sky. Interlace the hands behind your back. Inhale, open your chest. Exhale, right shoulder towards your right knee, humble warrior. So looking all the way at your left big toe at the back of your mat. Keep lifting your arms up towards the sky. 1 more cycle of breath here. And then melting the hands all the way to the ground. Extend your right leg straight, pyramid pose. Right hip pulls back, left hip pulls forward. Drop your head. If it feels good, you can keep crawling your hands towards the front of your mat, using that to find a little more length in the spine. Inhale, halfway lift. Keep your left fingertips planted, open your right arm up. Twisting our pyramid pose, our triangle pose to the right. And then staying here, that left hand's gonna start to crawl forward. Your left leg lifts up, twisting Ardha Chandrasana. So same shape on one leg. Keep spinning your heart to the right. Inhale here. Exhale, right hand to the ground. Left heel kicks up towards the sky, standing splits. Use the glute strength of that left leg to lift the left heel a little higher. Maybe you hover your hands. Maybe you grab onto your left ankle. Challenge your balance. As you're ready, your left foot will meet your right, forward fold, top of your mat. Let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Staying in your forward fold, bend into your knees. Inhale, rise, Utkatasana, chair pose. And then pulling those hands to a prayer. Right elbow will twist to the left, twisting chair. Hips sink back, heart pulls forward towards your thumbs. Set up your foundation here. Weights in your left foot. Right foot lifts off the ground. So first hover the foot. And then extend that right leg straight. Keep your balance here. Inhale. Exhale, right toes plant at the back of your mat, twisting the upper body to the left. Inhale. And then unwind just the arms. Sweep them back behind you. Power lunge. Launching off your right leg, you're going to float all the way up. Warrior 3 balance. Inhale here. Exhale, takes that right knee all the way up into your chest as you come to standing. And then we'll twist to your right. So left hand outside the knee, right hand reaches back behind you. Inhale, reach. Exhale, open. You can keep with the knee if you want to grab onto the toe. Kick the foot into the hand. So squaring off the hips to the front of your mat. Again, feeling that sensation of wrapping the rib cage around the heart, the lungs. One more inhale here. Exhale, upper body unwinds back to center. Keep the leg lifted. Lift, inhale. Exhale, sweep it back, warrior 3. How slow and controlled can you move? Bending into that left knee, right foot's gonna plant at the back of your mat. Rise, warrior 1. Back foot's on the ground. Inhale, reach up nice and tall. Exhale, hands behind the back. Inhale, open your heart. Exhale, humble warrior, float it forward. Left shoulder comes inside that left knee. Hands reach up towards the sky, head falls heavy towards the ground. Gazing at your right big toe back of your mat. So start to notice where you're holding unnecessary tension. Your jaw, your forehead. Let that go with your breath. Put all that tension in your core and those places that'll help you deepen your stretch. Begin to release your hands down towards the earth. And then just straighten your left leg, turning this into your pyramid pose. So your left hip pulls back, your right hip pulls forward, looking all the way at the ground. And then if it feels good, you can start to crawl your hands as far forward as you can. As you stretch the arms, let that help you stretch a little longer through your spine, finding space between every vertebrae. But wherever you are, however deep you come into a pose, it's all guided by the breath. So using the breath to create space as you inhale, using the breath to create depth as you exhale. Next inhale, we'll lift halfway up. Right hand stays down, left hand opens you up, twisting to your left. Keep standing into your right heel at the back of your mat. And then we're going to start to float this shape. So your right hand walks forward, your right leg lifts up, twisting Ardha Chandrasana, twisting half moon to the left. Inhale here. Exhale here. Keep the leg lifted, just float the left hand down, and then use the glute strength to lift that right heel high towards the sky, standing splits. You can keep your hands on the ground, you can hover your hands, or maybe look for that left ankle. Find your balance, find your breath. Slowly lowering your right foot all the way to meet your left forward fold, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samastitihi. Start to bend down into the knees, and then we're going to keep sitting all the way down till the booty comes to the earth, nice and slow for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pick those feet up, find your Navasana boat pose. Reach your arms out long, inhale here. Exhale, low boat squeeze. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 2 more, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one, inhale, lift, hold it here. Bring those hands back to a prayer, and then we'll start to twist left and right for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, last 4, 3, 2, 1, hold it center, low boat and hover. Flutter kick those legs like you're swimming through water for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release, lying all the way on your back. Find your breath here. And your knees, feet on the ground. Arms inside the body. Inhale as you lift your hips into a bridge pose. Snuggling the shoulder blades together. Maybe you interlace your hands underneath your tailbone. And using your hands like a tripod, so the arms press into the ground, your hips lift higher towards the sky. On your next exhale, release, lowering one vertebrae at a time back to the ground. And then just let the knees fall in on each other. Take a moment here. We'll take one more back bend. So either lifting back up into bridge pose or full wheel or Urdhva Dhanurasana. So if you're taking bridge pose, arms to the earth, inhale, lift the hips. If you're taking full wheel, hands are going to plant outside the shoulders, fingertips face the body, and then pressing into the arms. Ooh, moving my mic. Pressing into the arms, extend your legs, full back bend. Think about pushing the heart through the shoulders, breathing into all that space in the front of the body. So back bends can bring up a lot of physical emotions, our heart chakra. Whatever arises, just acknowledge it as you inhale, and then let it go on your exhale. So using your breath not only to move physical tension, but emotion as well. As you're ready, we'll meet back on our backs, lowering nice and slow. And then arms out to a T. Take the soles of the feet together, let the knees fall out wide. Baddha Konasana, or reclined butterfly. Inhale, feet plant, knees back to center. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh, figure 4. And then draw that left thigh in towards the chest. You can use your right elbow to press your right knee away from you, and then keep flexing that right foot. Take one more breath here, and then you're going to let the figure 4 fall to the left side of your body. So your right foot plants on top of your left thigh. With your left hand, press that knee away from you. Right arm extends, gaze towards the right. One more breath in our figure 4 twist. And then inhale, taking that figure 4 back to center. Keep your left foot planted. Here, just lift your hips up. Figure 4 bridge. Right ankle is crossed over that left thigh. Exhale, lower your hips back down. Right foot back to the ground. You can just shake out the knees, left and right, the hips. Move that energy. And then your left ankle crosses over your right thigh. Right thigh in towards the chest. Recline, figure 4. So using that left elbow to press the left knee away from you. Flex through the left foot. Notice into that left foot. You can get a little bit of a deeper stretch to that left outer hip. And as you exhale, we'll let this figure 4 fall to the right side of your body. Left arm extends long. With your right hand, press that knee away from you. Drop your head to the left, gaze towards your left fingertips. Inhale here. Exhale here. Releasing that right hand, draw your figure 4 back to center, but keep that left ankle crossed over your right thigh. Arms alongside the body, inhale, lift the hips, figure 4 bridge. Think about dropping your left knee towards the ground. Inhale. Exhale, lower and release. Take the left foot down. Take your feet as wide as your yoga mat, arms to a T, and then let 2 knees fall to the left, gaze to the right. Cross your left ankle on top of your right thigh to deepen that outer hip stretch. Release the left ankle. Inhale, knees to center. Exhale, drop your knees to the right, gaze to the left. Take your right ankle on top of your left thigh. Press down to open that hip. And then look to the left. Relax your shoulders. Release that right ankle. Inhale, knees to center. And then drawing the knees in towards the chest, we're just up to a seat, nice and slow. Soles of the feet together, knees out wide. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, crawl it forward, butterfly pose. So as you fold forward here, take a moment to actively curl the chin in towards the chest, getting that deeper stretch for your cervical spine, the back of your neck. And then drop the head heavy, let it go. One more time, actively curl that chin in. Exhale, release. Walk your hands in towards the body, press upright. And then keeping that right leg as it is, extend your left leg straight. Left forearm comes to the ground, right arm reaches up and over for those right toes. Breathing into that right side body. Inhale. Exhale. Next inhale lifts you all the way up. That right hand's going to plant outside your hip. Press into the hand, come up onto that right knee, joy pose. Hips press forward, heart pulls back. Back bend. Inhale. Exhale, come all the way back down. And then pivot the body to frame out that right leg. Folding here, Janu Sirsasana. Drop the head, let it go. Slowly lift yourself all the way back upright. One more shape for this side. Right foot's gonna step over your left thigh for a seated twist. Take the right hand behind the back. Inhale, reach your left arm up. And then left elbow hooks in front of that right knee. As you inhale, sit a little taller. As you exhale, twist a little deeper. So can you come back into that breath pattern? Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Beautiful. Unwind all the way back to center. Extend your right leg out straight. Just shake out the legs here. Notice if one side feels different than the other. And then left knee's going to bend. Left sole of your foot in towards your right thigh. Bring your right forearm to the ground. Left arm reaches up and over for those right toes. Breathing into that left side body. Inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. Next inhale, left arm lifts all the way up. Left hand's going to plant outside your hip. Press into the hand, your left knee, joy pose. Hips press forward, heart falls back. Breathing into this nice back bend here. Slowly release all the way back down. And then pivot your body to frame out that right leg. Straight forward fold. Janu Sirsasana. Drop your head. Look all the way at your right knee. Soften your shoulders. Soften your jaw. As you're ready, crawl your upper body all the way back up. Then finishing out with that twist. Your left foot's going to step over your right thigh. Left hand behind you. Right arm reaches up. And then hook the right elbow outside the knee. Inhale as you sit up nice and tall. Exhale as you twist to the left. One more cycle of breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Unwind, come back to center. Reach two legs out straight in front of you. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, fold for your feet. So if it feels good, you can walk your hips back. Just finding all that length for the backs of the legs, the hamstrings. And then can you let this stretch be a place to not only elongate the legs, but the spine as well? So instead of rounding and folding, can you think about lifting forward from the heart, dropping the shoulders back? Think about reaching your collarbone towards your toes. From here, your left hand's going to grab the inside of your right foot. Lift your right foot up. Right hand reaches back behind you. Twist to the right. Look all the way at your right thumb, back of your mat. Inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Gently place that right foot down. And then with your right hand, grab onto the inside of your left foot. Inhale, lift the leg, twist to your left. Look all the way at your left thumb, back of your mat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come forward. Nice and controlled. Place that foot down. Start to roll onto your back, one vertebrae at a time, letting the head be the last thing to touch. And then once you found your back, legs are going to come up towards the sky. So your femur bones, your thigh bones are just starting to settle right above the hip sockets. Finding a place here, a gentle inversion to begin to reverse blood flow through the legs. So many benefits. So you're more than welcome to stay here, or if you want to take it into plow pose, arms alongside the body, pressing into the arms, legs come all the way up overhead. And in plow pose, I like to interlace my hands and use that grip to find a little bit of a deeper stretch. Chin in towards your chest, and wherever you are, if you're in plow pose, don't move your head. So keep that neck in line, just protecting the neck. Breathe. If you're in plow pose and want to take it to shoulder stand, hands come to the lower back, legs are going to lift up towards the sky. Keep that chin lifted away from the chest. One more breath in your shoulder stand. And then we'll meet back in plow pose. So legs come back overhead, nice and slow. Arms extend long. Start to roll your hips back towards the ground, one vertebrae at a time. But keep the legs up towards the sky when you get there. So we're back where we started. Thighs floating over the hip sockets. From your hips all the way up to your head, your body's in Shavasana. So let the upper body get soft. Come back to your breath. Allow your legs to cover here for one more breath in. And one more breath out. And then nice and slow, lowering the legs to the earth for 5, for 4, 3, 2, Shavasana. Take a big inhale. Acknowledging the practice, the work you put in. Big exhale. Letting that go and giving your body an opportunity to rest. To fully absorb all the benefits of this practice. Not just on a physical level, but on a mental level as well. Slowly start to bring your awareness back to your breath. As you breathe in, filling the ribs, the lungs all the way to their full capacity. And then as you exhale, letting everything go. Letting your body sink as heavy as it possibly can into your mat. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Have a wonderful rest of your day, your evening. Namaste.